It is very easy in digital scrapbooking to quickly collect supplies to put on your pages, and you'll find yourself quickly asking, how in the world do I organize all of this stuff to find what I need for my pages? And that's what this tutorial is all about. Of course, the first method, and the one everybody should start with, is to just create folders. You could use folders as your only method to organize, or you may use it in combination with other methods, and I will go through and show you a few, and show you some of the things on my computer as we go through the tutorial. Creating shortcuts. If you want, you can right click and create a shortcut. So if you want to open up and create, I haven't done this so I can't show you the example, but if you wanted to, for example, create a folder for each color, and then create a folder for red, and then you could go and find the folder for each red kit that you have and create a shortcut to it and put it in the red folder. Backing up considerations. For me, I always use my documents to back up, and so that's where I want all of my files to be. You don't want to leave them all over your desktop most often, because most often we don't back up our desktop. And so make sure that you put it somewhere where it's going to get automatically backed up whenever you back up everything else. Of course, backing up is another very hard question in and of itself, but we won't go into that on this tutorial. Another great suggestion to new scrappers is to keep the kits together with their terms of use. Giving credit is so important in the digital scrapbooking world, and those TOU documents that are also known as terms of use are what you may need to often open up to read to be able to give credit, and so make sure you keep those along with the kits. Sometimes designers don't name their files appropriately, or you can rename them yourself so that you can just do a standard like Windows XP search. For instance, you could, if you have a great kit that has orange and purple colors in it and is all about birthdays, you could take that kit and batch rename the entire thing to have orange.purple.birthday, the designer's name, store, whatever you want in that, in every single file, and then you could use your internet, your Windows search for orange if you're looking for orange papers or orange elements, and they're going to all show up. So that is another way that you could organize things. Of course, I've mentioned here giving credit, and there's another tutorial that shows you how to create internet shortcuts. I use this very often. I might have something free from a blog that isn't even from a store, and if I've grabbed the internet shortcut for it, I can easily go back and find that designer again, especially if it's something that I downloaded a long time ago and I've just now used, and I decide I like her products and want to go back and get more of her products. Thumbnail previews. I'm going to show you that here in just a bit when I get into my folders. Now, the zipped folders, most people do not keep them. They're just for convenience and downloading. I generally go ahead and unzip them. I think I showed you that in the last tutorial, and get rid of them and just save the original. There are a number of ways that you can organize your folders into categories. You can organize them all by color, by theme. A theme might be Christmas, birthday, other holidays, boys, girls. You could organize them by designer name, which is what, after a long time of changing my organization system, that's what I ended up going to. You can organize it by the site or the shop name. Some people, like to organize it by where they go purchase. This one isn't always good because designers do move around a lot. Or you could you could organize it by type of element. I did do my freebies this way at one time, where I broke up all the freebies and I put them into folders by type of element. It worked great, but so many designers did not put their names in the file name, and so that really made it difficult to give credit. And eventually I started just creating a freebie folder within the designer name folder, as I'll show you when I get to my folders that I'm going to show you here in a minute. Here are some examples of some trees that you might want to follow in organizing your folders. It's all up to you. I have a folder for my digital kits, and then I have subfolders for the name of each designer, and within that folder I have subfolders by the kit name, and then I have one subfolder for the freebie of the designer. Now, I have never gone and created these other subfolders here, but I think someday I might go do this. I think it's a great idea. Then you could create a subfolder for color, and within that each folder to have a name of a color, and then create shortcuts to those kits that have those colors. Of course, this kind of is meaningless to find things by color when you can simply recolor anything in your programs. But to create one with themes would be really great. And there are all sorts of different ideas and ways I've given you here where you could create an organization system. Now, there are software out there that I'm going to show you mine real quick and how it works, just briefly how it works. There's software out there that you can purchase. There are a few free ones. Photoshop Elements comes with the Photoshop Organizer, which would be one of these. You can assign tags and labels and keywords for each individual file in the software and then search by those tags. It takes a long time to tag all of your things. I've given you some of the programs here that you can get. This one here, Jask Photo Album, comes with PSP. Picasa is free on the internet, and here's the PSE Organizer. The ACDC Photo Manager now has a version 10, and it has become the standard choice of most digital scrapbookers, and I'm going to show you that quickly and how it works. And the last option for organizing is to print out a hard copy called a contact sheet. I have another tutorial that shows you how to do that with the Windows Picture and Fax Viewer. Um, I don't do this. I probably would never turn to a hard copy, but you can print out pages of little icons of every element in a kit, and put it in a book and sit there and flip through the book till you found something that you like. And I know there are quite a few ladies that do this. It's all a personal preference. So let me show you my kits. And here's my folder with all of my kits, and you can see that I've went through and I've named them all by the designer's name. And I'm going to go ahead and take you into Jerry Ingles, because this is the designer I've bought the most kits from. You can see I have a lot of her kits, and I turn to this folder very often. You can see here is the internet shortcut. If I want to get right back to her store, I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to show you how to create those in another tutorial. You can see if I open up one of her kits, I've got her terms of use right there, so it usually would have a email address or where her store is and other pertinent information. Those are always best left with the kits. Now you can see I have here a folder called freebies, and so these are all the things that I've gotten from Jerry that were free, that were not a kit, because generally the freebies are only a few things each. They are not enough to create, for me anyway, individual folders for each freebie. So I do put them all in there together from Jerry. Now you'll notice, I want you to take a moment to look at the thumbnails on these folders. These folders do not have a special file in them that I'm going to show you in just a moment in another folder. And so when I have chosen the thumbnail setting in XP for all of these files, I do get a sample of what's inside. If I back out and come back in, generally I'll often get different different 4 things on the folders, and this kind of gives me an idea of what's inside the folder. But there is another method to do this. I'm going to back out, and I'm going to go to Christine Smith's file, and you'll see her previews are on the folder are a preview of the kit. And so if you go into this one, and let's see if I can, oh, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to start. Oh, that doesn't work. Let me scroll and find it. Here is her preview of the kit. Oh, that's too big for the screen. Here is her preview for the kit, and she has named her preview folder. And you could do this to any kit that that you have, even if the designer doesn't do it for you automatically. Christine does that as a courtesy in her files, and then that same preview is going to show up as the thumbnail for the folder if it's named a folder. I cannot think of anything else to show you in my folders right now, so we're going to bring up my AC/DC manager, and this is just a brief showing of what AC/DC looks like. Over here you're going to have your organization or your categories in which you tag things. This that we're looking at now is a tag of all my previews, and so each one of the previews of every kit I have is here in I can be looking for a certain color or a certain theme of kit and easily find it by the preview. If I expand this by element, you can see all my categories that I have in here, and I don't have everything tagged. I think I have some buttons tagged. Let me try that one. So I can click on buttons, and it's going to search all of my files and immediately bring up every button that I have tagged as a button. I actually tagged these really quickly by just searching the word button, and I can grab a button from any kit and mix and match buttons and recolor buttons quickly if I want to. And so you can do that for any one of these tags. I am always hesitant in spending a lot of time tagging because tags can be lost. If I would move any one of these buttons outside of AC/DC, like through my Windows folders, then it's going to mess up my tagging. If you're going to tag, you need to use AC/DC as your browser. And over here are folders that you can navigate through on your computer just like you can on any other browser, and it does work well, but you do have to navigate and move things from within AC/DC to keep the system from getting messed up. And so that would be a new habit that you would have to develop if you use this program, and that's very important. Very important step. Now Connie and Heidi have their own site with tutorials and forum to ask questions, and they're just two very wonderful, helpful ladies. And so if you would have any questions on using this program, there is some support, great support for this program that you can get to. They're just wonderful ladies. And so I think I've covered everything, and I will just invite you to ask any questions you have in the forums, or even just to share any ideas that you have, other ways that you might have that you might organize. And I hope you have enjoyed and learned a few things from this tutorial.